So let's start here with the Phoenix Suns as we continue to lick our wounds on the Ben Garcia show as Arizona sports fans. So there was a report that came out the other day from, I believe it was Mark Stein, reporting that Devin Booker has had some say in the Phoenix Suns head coaching decisions. And I was a little surprised by the amount of pushback that came from this report. That Devin Booker shouldn't have as much power as maybe he does, and he shouldn't be the one to pick the head coach, because the players should play and the managers should manage and the coaches should coach. Let me paint a picture for you like this. Let's say you're a devout employee. You came into this company when you were very young, and at first you felt like you owed it to them. But after years and years, you pay your dues and you move your way up the company ladder. You're all the way to number one salesman and maybe the head of your department of sales. And your boss gets let go. And the CEO and the managers and however that would look like decides they're going to hire a new boss and they don't care about your input. How would that make you feel? If there's anyone that has earned the right to have an opinion on anything the Phoenix Suns do, it's Devin Booker. And I've seen the pushback on he wanted Kevin Durant here. Well, Kevin Durant wasn't a colossal failure. They just gutted their roster too much. They didn't learn from the Brooklyn Nets' experience of trying to put a team of superstars together. So that wasn't Devin Booker's fault. Wanting to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, again, was not Devin Booker's fault. He might have wanted it to happen. I believe he wanted him gone. But he didn't ask for them to trade Toumani Camara and get Grayson Allen back in a deal. That's not on him. Devin Booker has preferences. What the Phoenix Suns do to accommodate those preferences are on the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, does Devin Booker need to understand that maybe trading DeAndre Ayton at that point in time wasn't the best thing for them to do? Sure, and he probably should have sucked it up and figured it out for the rest of the season. But that's not on Devin Booker that James Jones gave up the farm once again. And then lastly, Bradley Beal. It feels like people are taking my talking points on why the Suns season is not just on the front office, is not just on the coaching staff. It's on Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Because I kept on saying all year long, well, they wanted DeAndre Ayton gone, both of them. That was wildly reported. No matter what you say in the chat, it was reported. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant did not want DeAndre Ayton here. That's why he was gone. Same thing goes for Bradley Beal and Tyus Jones. They wanted them there. And the Suns made it happen. Devin Booker is allowed to have an opinion. His opinion doesn't matter more than Brian Gregory or, for that matter, Matt Ishbia or other people in their interviewing process. But Devin Booker has earned a say. He has been just a ridiculously reliable soldier to this team, and has been loyal and has stuck through it with you through thick and thin. He's allowed to have a say on who the boss is. And not only that, if you're trying to build a team around Devin Booker, what you need to do is, it's pretty obvious, you have to, at times, give in to what his demands are. Now listen, you can point to the Giannis Antetokounmpo way of thinking and saying, oh, they gave him his head coach, and Adrian Griffin was fired halfway through the season because he didn't get along with Giannis. Sometimes players have too much say. I'm not asking to give Devin Booker full autonomy of the Suns organization, but the Lakers hired the coach that LeBron wanted in J.J. Redick. You don't think that when the Pacers are hiring a head coach not going to Tyrese Halliburton? You don't think that when Joe Mazzulla was promoted in the Boston Celtics organization that they didn't ask for Jason Tatum's input? Of course they did. It would be malpractice not to. Now, going the Giannis Antetokounmpo route where you just do everything your star player says is the wrong way to conduct business. And if you don't go with Devin Booker's preferred hire, that's okay. But you need to make him felt listened and valued, because that's how you lose star players. If you don't go with this candidacy, have a good reason for it. But to be fair, Devin Booker has had favorites before in the past, and you could argue both of those coaches should have been the head coach for the Suns after what went down with the coaches that they did hire. Devin Booker wanted Kevin Young. Yeah, you have issues with Kevin Young now, but you can't co-head coach something. That falls on Frank Vogel. Kevin Young had an offense that people did like, but he was the head honcho. He couldn't just barrel through people. So Kevin Young now, I don't know, Sweet 16 appearance with BYU, and now is the number one recruit coming to BYU next year. He's doing something right. And I'm not saying he was the next Eric Spoelstra, but there's a good chance he was better than Frank Vogel. And there's no arguments for the second one. Booker wanted Chauncey Billups over Mike Budenholzer. Chauncey Billups just got a contract extension. Mike Budenholzer just got shown the door 4 seconds ago. It's like Kyler Murray in the NFL draft. Once he just keeps on showing that he just keeps on hitting on player after player after player that he likes, maybe let the dude have a seat at the table. And because of Devin Booker's loyalty to the team and his consistency on the court, he's owed a seat at the table. He's owed an opinion. And it's kind of crazy that there was any pushback on this. If you want Devin Booker to stick around, make him feel like he continuously owes you. And if you go with his head coaching candidacy and you make it seem like a lot of it had to do with the preference of Devin Booker, he's not just going to run out the door the second things get tough. Now, granted, he's already mentioned that before he doesn't want to leave anywhere. But it doesn't hurt to continue to have that in your back pocket. It's absolutely crazy to me that you think you wouldn't give it an opinion to your best player. Booker has deserved that. And that's not something that you normally just get. You don't get it just for being a good player. So Kevin Durant doesn't get a say. Bradley Beal doesn't get a say. It goes as far as Devin Booker, and then it ends with him. But of course he gets a say. But if he wants Dave Fizdale, which I don't think is the case anymore, you don't go with him. But if he likes Jordan Ott, and if he likes Chris Quinn, then you go with one of those hires. It's not all on Devin Booker, but his voice needs to felt heard and valued, because that's how you piss off star players and they demand trades. It ain't on Booker. It ain't on Booker.